Hi, welcome back to 50 Shades of Blonde. I'm Missy Day.
And Jill Branson.
Birthday girl, Jill Branson.
Jill Branson, birthday.
And we have with us our favorite blonde,
Yay!
Nancy
Thank
Gabriel. Welcome to the
Aw.
show.
Thank you. I like that you say I'm your favorite.
You are, just don't tell anybody.
I won't tell anybody. My lips are sealed. You guys are my favorite too, and I'm so excited that it's your birthday month. And next month is your birthday
We're gonna
month.
just keep celebrating.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Yes. We have the September, representing September right here on this
Peace
side.
to the Virgos.
That's right.
And I'm a Virgo too. I'm just at the other end.
That's it. Peace
Yeah.
to the Virgos.
That's right.
Right.
Are you really a Virgo?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
It changes at the
No
22nd
wonder.
or 23rd.
Hmm.
Yeah, no wonder.
No wonder.
This kind of explains
Who knew?
everything, doesn't it?
So, let's talk, shall
Okay,
we?
let's talk. What do you want to talk about?
So, so this is our second show that we've done rants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you ever come across something in your business? And Nancy is a mediator. She has mediation around the table as her business. What is a rant that you can share about that you've experienced in your business?
Good question. I do mostly divorce, and what I see is one partner is the voice and the other partner isn't. So there's the dominant partner and the submissive partner, and I can't generalize as to who's who, whether it's more male or more female, but it drives me crazy when somebody steps on the other person's words and doesn't give the other person an opportunity. And so I tell them frequently, this is a balanced process, and this conversation will be balanced. And I'm here to make sure it's balanced. So I will turn to the more shy partner and say, you will have an equal voice in this office. And that really kind of makes me angry. It's sort of bullying, don't you think?
Yes,
Mhm.
it is.
Yep.
I think so.
Verbal abuse.
Yep. Yep. And it's not just in divorce, it's in families too.
Right. It's-
You know, we were just talking in the green room about a family dispute over the death of a parent. And you just had a funeral in your family.
Mhm.
What was going on over there? Now I'm interviewing you. I
Yes,
can't help
well,
myself.
there was just a lot of misconception between people, misunderstandings, because one thought they heard one thing and another, just as all misunderstandings are. And it was uncomfortable because we had the same situation happen at one of the family's weddings,
Oh dear.
like I don't know how many years
So
ago.
it never got resolved.
So I don't, well, no, this is a different thing, but it happened, well, let's just put it this way. One time it's a wedding, the next time it's a funeral. And it just was uncomfortable.
And
But-
is it because this is what I find in mediation too? People need to be right.
Right.
And what I try and do, instead of saying you're right, because I don't have the ability nor the right to say you're right, I just want to make sure that they're heard.
Mhm.
And sometimes people make the mistake in a good way. When they think they've been heard, they stop needing to be so right. They get their position validated, and then they can sort of get off of it and move forward. Do you think that might have helped in your family?
They definitely need a mediator. I have one niece who is, and I sent her a message. I said, I think we need to start paying you. Because she's always the trying
The
to
peacemaker.
The peacemaker.
That's what we are. We're peacemakers.
her thing.
Yeah, yeah. But there are tricks. Shall I teach you one?
Sure,
Okay.
teach me.
If you see people that are arguing with each other at a family event like that, and maybe it's not your fight, but you're witness to it,
Mhm.
and you turn to your bossy brother-in-law and you repeat what he just said. So what I'm hearing you say is, and then he knows you heard him.
Mhm.
And then you turn to your submissive niece and her reaction, and then you say to her, so what you're saying is, and repeat what she said. And then all of a sudden, they both feel that they're being heard. You're not saying who's right or who's wrong, but you are validating that they each have an
that
opinion.
they heard that you heard them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or,
cool.
and sometimes I've done this in divorces where I've said to the husband, let's say, what did she just say? And I'll make him repeat what she just said.
Mhm.
If I think it's really significant, I'll say, would you mind saying it again? Twice. and they listen to me.
Doesn't that feel
They
good?
don't say mind your own business. It does. It feels good, but they know I'm there to help.
Well, and my thing is that I have an issue with, after I keep hearing it for so long, it gets to me, and I just
What?
crack a, I
You
just
explode?
can't I explode. I can't handle it anymore because I keep hearing it and it's going on in the back, and then finally I just lose it and I have to say stop.
Even if it's not about you per se?
Yes
Okay.
and no. Part of it
Yeah.
isn't necessarily about me, but it's about family and
Yeah.
family members. And
I write blogs about families, and in
Yeah.
fact, I wrote one right before Thanksgiving, and I called it Strategic Faking. It's on my website. You could, take a look at it. But it's about smiling and walking away. It's
Mhm.
about faking a distraction. Oh, I'll be right back, and you walk away. Or how about those Lakers or something like that, and deliberately, overtly changing the subject, because not only are you discouraging them from getting out of hand, but you're retraining your own brain at the same time.
true. Yeah.
It helps, and always with a smile.
Yes. I try.
Fake smile.
That's
Is
not
that
real,
your
though.
fake smile? Let me see your fake smile. On Big Bang Theory, Sheldon says it's his koala bear smile.
Oh.
It's his fake
Is that what he
smile.
says? Oh, I
Yes,
didn't know that.
Yes, I'm obsessed with
Love that show.
I do too. I do too. So were you able to say what you felt?
I just basically I went in and I apologized for interrupting and doing some, I just said, look, I'm sorry. I said, and then I had a little recall about the fact that this very same thing happened at this.
At the
and
wedding.
I said, this is not the place to be having it, this argument.
Mm-hmm. Good
You
for
know.
you. There's a time and a place. Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you. Absolutely. What about you? What do you rant about?
What do I rant about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have
I
actually.
heard some.
I have actually a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So in coaching, you're listening to a lot of, for lack of a better word, problems or situations that need to be overcome or handled differently.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you're listening to that, like a majority of the day? How do you separate yourself from feeling completely drained or exhausted after you do your job?
Well, wine helps. No, I am able to separate myself really easily because I know I'm helping.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel good about myself when I drive home at night. And then I cook myself dinner and, whatever, do things that take care of me. I thought your question was going to go in a different direction. I thought you were going to say, because this is something I encounter, when you make a suggestion to somebody and then they just say, no, that won't work. No, that won't work. Does that happen to you?
Oh, yes. That's my pet peeve, probably.
And what do you do about it?
I will say, can we at least, discuss it first before you just dismiss the idea?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just chat about it and see what you think.
Mm-hmm. Or break it down into little parts. So I understand that you think this part won't work, but would you be willing to try this part?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I get that all the time, oh no, he'll never do that. He'll never take the kids to soccer or whatever it is. And then I'll look at him and I just, sometimes silence is really powerful too.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're uncomfortable with silence as a society.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they're at an impasse or they're, really arguing with each other in my office, I'll just wait until they run out of steam and let some dead air happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody will generally say something meaningful that's not so mean.
Right.
Silence.
I bet you see a lot of stuff.
I do. But it's all so wonderful for me because I just love what I'm doing. And, we've talked about being late bloomer. I've only been doing this for 6.5 years. But I feel like everything I've done in my life has led up to me being good at this.
Exactly.
My career as a paralegal, my giving all my friends unsolicited advice, whatever it is, just being nurturing and caring and caring, listening, has led me to this. And it's just so fulfilling to me. I'm so grateful that I found it.
That's awesome. I think that's very cool.
Thank you.
Well, we always love having you here at 50 Shades, and we're glad you could make it today.
I am delighted to be here, and I can't wait to come back.
And we love
And how
you.
can people get a hold of you?
Oh, thanks for asking. My website is mediationaroundthetable.com. All the contact information is there. I'm also on Facebook, Mediation Table, or Nancy Gabriel, Twitter, and LinkedIn. But my website's the best way.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for coming, and we look forward to you coming back. And stay tuned for our last guest, Antonio Nunez, who's the chef of probably one of the hottest restaurants in town right now, the
So
Stove
exciting.
LV.
Yay!